Stopping by today to talk about Flag on the Moon 8, we have Richmond cultural contributor, cultivator, curator. We got Radio B with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me,
Yeah,
as
no,
always.
no doubt, no doubt. So you are back at the Broadberry on December 10th. Tell me about Flag on the Moon 8. What's going down?
Man, it's an annual celebration of Richmond hip-hop. We do it every year right around my birthday. It's a celebration of AGM as well. Myself, Nicholas F., Michael Millions, and just kind of like us, like reaching out to people that have like inspired us throughout the year, throughout this particular year, you know what I'm saying? Individually and just kind of collectively putting together a bill. And also, it kind of culminates a year of RVA Rap Elite and, the strides that are made by the individuals there with our season MVP opening and as well as our Sound Clash champion opening up. So it's just kind of like, really just a year end culmination of Richmond hip hop and all, the things going on within it and just kind of seeing how, it's a lot of moments get made on that stage. So I'm always excited just to feel that air.
Um, so the lineup for Flag on the Moon 8 is, as always, really crazy, and it caps off with AGM at the end of the night. But I kind of wanted to go through some of these MCs, and if you could kind of tell me why they are on the bill, why they were chosen. The first MC that I want to talk about is the Sound Clash champion from RVA Rap Elite, is Blaine Coos.
This year, we kind of like, I was like, let's make this kind of like, let's roll the flag contest into the Sound Clash situation. And instead of it just being like a votes and get on through the votes, it's like you can get voted on to get in the mix of the Sound Clash. And so then you had the Kid Deceptive and Keziah, they went up. Keziah won, Keziah advanced and got Blaine Coos, and Blaine Coos ended up winning, and that got him here. So he went through a heck of a gauntlet this year to get to that point. And I think what's cool about that is he got to touch a bunch of stages, before touching the flag stage, and he also so it gives him multiple looks, but it also kind of helps our audience be more familiar with him when it comes time for him to touch a stage of flag. So I'm excited about it. He's a good performer. He's a great performer. He proves that, he proves his stage presence and all of that. So, you don't have to worry about him not putting on a good show. So
Tell me about Bravo.
Bravo. Anybody that knows Bravo, he's got a strong history in Richmond hip hop on the battle rap side and on the the cypher and music side. He's a spitter. He's somebody that's people have been waiting for to kind of get into his groove from a music standpoint. And he'll be working on a project. I'm actually going to be helping A&R the project a little bit. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But he plans on putting on a hell of a show. And he put on a really good show at the opening up for a Cool Keith as well.
So tell me about different and what you expect, at Flag.
Different. I expect her to be different on a number of levels. She's the only lady on the bill. But she's so diverse. She's got her own style, very melodic, but also can rap and performs well. She's got a lot of energy. She's got good taste just in general. That's what makes her, her visual work so good. And I think she brings that ability to apply aesthetic and things like that to her music. So I'm expecting her to just really bring some, and when she does perform, she commands attention. You're not gonna play with her. When she gets up there, she's gonna make sure that she's there, and that it's time to pay attention to her. So I'm looking forward to her performance. I mean, Kane was a part of my set in the very first flag. He's been, I think, at least on the bill once before, but Kane's a super vet. He's one of my best friends, one of the illest lyricists that I've ever encountered. And he's got a really dope album out this year, H2O, and the H2O tour, and performed at the 50th anniversary of hip hop event at the Hippodrome. If you know Kane, if you're familiar with Rapidly, Southpaw, or just Kane in general, he's got a hell of a resume. So he'll be ready.
Yeah, he always brings a lot of energy to the stage, and is always
for sure.
He comes correct. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
He's
a
a
lot.
consummate professional. He's a professional.
I
He's
was
like,
trying to,
when you like, yeah, it's like when you want the job done, like
yeah.
he's that guy. I don't care if it's a for cipher, if it's for a live performance, if it's with you want him to do something with a live band, or you know what I mean. You want him to get in a battle. You know that he's going to bring what it is that you asked him to bring, and then some. So that's Kane. If I had to wrap it up in a nutshell, the consummate professional.
From somebody professional to somebody foolish, let's talk about young Flexico.
Flexico, very like eclectic, very styled, hard records. But the thing about Flexico in these settings is he brings a spectacle. On his flag in the previous, he had a whole like mascot on stage for flag before, like a whole dog outfit, and was shooting like money with his face on it. Like he's very thoughtful. You see that in his visuals and all of his marketing, his music. He's another person that's a videographer, extraordinaire, and has a high level of taste, but is also just kind of just a character. You know what I'm saying? And so Flexico's gonna bring that. He's gonna bring, even with his build up to the show, he's gonna make his own artwork, and he's just gonna bring the whole table. So it's always a good time with Flex.
Talk to me a little bit about why Monday night is on the bill.
Monday night's overdue, man. Monday night is overdue. Tons of projects, tons of solid projects, visuals. He's been doing so much outside of the city that I think a lot of the people in the city aren't hip. You know what I mean? To like how deep his discography is, how dope of an artist he is, how dope of an MC he is. He's tied in with the Mutant Academy crew, and Scheme Team. His resume, it really speaks for itself, but he's never touched a flag stage before. So it's like, it just kind of was one of those, it's just well overdue type of situation. He's been killing shit for years. So definitely glad to finally, get him on the stage. Troy is so interesting because Troy has his way of not being like constantly feeling like he's got to be seen, right? Like he's not like this person that's like, yo, I got to drop a million things all year or every year or whatever. But it's like he's very specific in when he's seen that it's a moment. Like the visuals that he puts out are like next level thinking, aesthetically, and like how the record that goes along with it is like always crazy. All of, and he takes his moments, his, let's just compare it to his last time, like his last time at Flag, which was last year. It's like this guy had a whole freaking bench and like a whole like theatrical situation on stage. And, he just takes it so seriously. Everything that he does is so well thought out and he puts so much effort into it. He just cares a lot. And I appreciate that. Like I really do, even down to what he wears. I think he had 2 wardrobe changes last year. And this is like in a 12-minute set. You know what I mean?
The next one is a group of people, Gritty City Records. Like, who do you have coming out from the crew?
I don't know altogether. You know what I'm saying? Gritty City's a relatively large crew. They've got, you got your key guys like Johnny Siggs and Fan Ran, and but then you don't know. You get the Repetons. I think he's gonna be there. You got the Dave Rouge. You know what I'm saying? You got Ant Symbol. You got, you know what I mean? It's like you got Star Nice.
Ross Skrilla.
You got Ross Skrilla. See, don't you're not supposed to beat me to Ross Skrilla. You know what I mean? So it's like it's you don't know what you're gonna get. They're kind of like a little Wu-Tang, of Richmond, and it's dope because to me they're that's like a legendary crew. And like you said earlier, like we have a traditional winter event, they have a traditional winter event, and to be able to kind of come together and have them a part of this. And we've definitely been on the bill. I've been on the bill for Great City for the Kids before as well. So yeah, man, I'm excited about that. The whole AGM is excited about that for sure.
Talk to me about Trig, who's got an album coming out the exact same day as Flag, Arthur Ashe Boulevard. Tell me about Trig.
Trig, man, that album is special. It's to me gonna be one of the albums of the year, and I mean in general. I don't mean just Richmond. I think it's just an incredible piece of artwork, and I feel like it's something that only Trig could have created, and it's only an album that like a collective of Richmond artists could contribute together to make. It's just like a perfect Richmond album. And yeah, and Trig is like one of those people that he was on the bill last year as well. And I try, we don't often do repeats, right? Like we don't often do like back to back year type of situation. It's just that with Trig in this situation, it's like last year I wouldn't have known he was going to make an Arthur Ashe Boulevard this year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with that album, it's like it was a no-brainer. Once I even just saw the process of that album being made, I was like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. And he's just said he shows so much love to the scene. He shows so much love to the platforms. Before Trig got picked to do Flag on the Moon, the year before that, I remember him being in the audience. And I think that year he could have been on the stage, right? He had done enough to be on the stage, Flag on the Moon 6. But he wasn't, right? He didn't get chosen, but he was there in a suit and like right in the front showing love, kind of playing bodyguard to family members of AGM, and just there showing love and being like, cheering everybody on. And for me, that was what it's about for me. You know what I mean? Like every year we deal with, somebody being upset or, trying to figure out, well, why I didn't. And a lot of times the people that complain that don't get on the bill, you don't see them in the audience. You know what I'm saying? And you don't see them buying a ticket or promoting an event or saying, yo, I'm cheering everybody on, you just don't get that. So it's like, I pay attention to stuff like that, you know what I mean? And under folks that just understand, like, it's going to be your turn when it's your turn. And that's just kind of how it goes. You know what I'm saying? And I think that showed me so much. Like, I was just like, man, like, he really loves this, because we really love this. We really love this scene. And that's why we do it. You know what I mean? We really love it. It's not for clout. It's not for like, who could sell the most tickets, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just genuinely for the love of it. And to show that love back meant so much. And he's Mr. Spread Love. I think everybody looks at the nose tree for that. And,
Yeah.
you know, man, they dropped a Richmond classic this year with Richmond Braid. And they did everything you're supposed to do with a great project, followed it up with countless like fire visuals, went on a media run in and outside the city, done countless shows, still doing more shows. Noah's about to open up for the Locks. You know what I'm saying? He just got done opening up for Sky Zoo. And, Noah, I think that what the Pusher show was this year too, right? So, just been cooking. And, Noah's Noah. You know what I'm saying? And Big No, I think, is somebody that's, he's made more the trap music and that side of things. And like, for him to like kind of make this merge and transition into like the more like hip hop scene, I think he is opening up a world to him of like folks that he probably had not really like engaged with, and it's putting him, on stages he deserves to be on. You know what I mean? And I think that album allowed him to shine in ways that, and rap in ways that he hadn't been really flexing in a while. And it's dope to see him in that space. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited about that.
Michael Millions.
I don't know what to say about that. Michael Millions spends a lot of time preparing the show mixes for almost all the artists on the bill, because he's recorded the albums for all the artists on the bill, or he's mixed them, or he's mastered them, or whatever. In addition to the fact that he will be performing new music, whether that means you'll get new music before then remains to be seen. Who knows? But I can tell you that he will be performing new music. And if you know anything about Mike, man, this is AGM. He's a wizard. He's my brother. He's a great. He's a legend. That's all I can say. So, always expect something special with Mike. It's gonna be a moment. And this is my thing with, this whole part of the bill. It's like, when you come to Flag on the Moon, you didn't get to the moon if you didn't stay for AGM. Like, you didn't get to the moon. Like, you might have like got through the atmosphere and it was like shaking and doing all of that. And if you hopped off, you're like, oh man, that was amazing. But if you didn't go all the way to the moon, you didn't go all the way to the moon.
Talk to me about a person who dropped a great album, a different kind of album, The Specimen. Talk to me about Nick F.
Oh man, it's great to have him back outside. Both of these guys had not dropped music for 5 years prior. So Nick is in a whole nother bag, man. Specimen, that whole world is just being like, you just are getting like, it's just a little inkling. The album is just like a small piece of what that whole world is going to be. So there's a lot more coming from that space. But then there's a whole another set of music that's going to be coming all, completely separate from that world. So there's a lot coming from that side. And that's the same thing for Mike. It's like once he drops one thing, it's gonna be the floodgates are about to open up when it comes to AGM. I think on all three sides of the coin, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun 2024. I can tell you that much. Like this is kind of like a kickoff. Flag this year is kind of like a kickoff for a lot of things for a lot of people. I think that are involved with this particular event. Man, I haven't settled on my complete set yet. But I do have some cool surprises. So I don't know if I want to give them away yet. I'm saying that, but I'll probably give them away like I'll probably tease on my timeline between now and then what those surprises are. I don't know if I want to say it. I'll just say this. If you paid attention to like my Radio Being Friends performances last year, if you paid attention to like the remix project that I did with Orbital Music and Name Brand and and the quartet, something like that might happen on the flag stage. So, there'll be some instruments, there'll be some special friends and guests that come out. Exactly what records I'll be doing, that I'm not too sure about. But I'm working on it. I gotta settle in though. I gotta settle in within the next couple days so I can start really practicing and getting my stuff together. But yeah, I mean, I always try to, I think anyone that really respects the flag stage, we all are looking to create moments. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like that's the thing that I think I take away from flag every year. It's like you see a different level of like dedication to what is brought to that stage. And I mean, we set the tone for that over the years so that some people that are familiar with the stage, when they do get that opportunity, they do the same thing. And that always like super motivates me and tells me that we're doing the right thing and that people really respect what that stage is about. And so now also because I know that I can't ever just come up there and just do, you know what I mean? Like I have to make a moment too, because the people that are coming up on the card before AGM are now like trying to make their moments. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing out props and casts and, special lighting requests and all kinds of cool shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, look, you can't be upstaged at your own, at your own event. So it's like, you got to really put some thought into it. And it gets different when you do this, when you touch that stage every year. Also, I think what makes it a little bit difficult for me this year with picking songs is I've dropped an album every year like clockwork for the last 10, 12 years. This year, I didn't drop an album. So I don't have a fresh album that has not touched the flag stage. So I'm pulling a little bit from either my catalog or maybe some features and just a little bit from here and there to put this set together. So, and just some things that haven't been heard yet. So, it's kind of like what gets finished and do I feel like, that's the angle I want to go with it. So yeah, I'm still in I'm still pulling it together, but I can tell you it's going to be something special.
And where can people get tickets for this event?
At the broadberry.com, or you can go, if you need if you don't want to type it in, you can, if you're right now on your phone, you can go to Flag on the Moon 8 on Instagram. The link is in the bio there. The link is also in my bio. And yeah, so that's where to go.
Sweet. Can they also be found at the Plan 9? Because it's through Broadberry.
Yes, thank you for saying that. They are also able to be bought at Plan 9. You can get a physical ticket at Plan 9. Yes, I need to go in there and just get me a ticket. Just because.
Put some pain in that shit, nigga. Whatever it takes, things done with sound and color. Gave me the Alabama shakes, I mean them goosebumps. Whew. I done bump with a few chumps. My family gotta eat until we turn into the new clumps. Mashing the gas, blew the engine on my dream car. I guess I need a new dream car. Right now that shit seems hard, but it really don't seem far. The hardest part is